12-year-old boy has died after being found with critical injuries in a home just blocks from the scene of a high-speed car crash north of Wollongong.
Black hatchback ploughed into a traffic pole.
His kids jumped out, but they were jumping up and down saying, "What have we done?"
Another boy has died joyriding in a stolen car.
Youngest just 12. The joyride turned to horror when the car hit a tree early this morning. 14-year-old passenger took the brunt of the impact.
But unfortunately he could not be saved.
Teenage girls are dead and a fifth is fighting for life in hospital after a car crash in Victoria's southwest.
5 teenage girls were inside. 4 of them were killed on impact.
4 men in their 20s were taken to hospital.
A silver SUV crumpled so badly, it's hard to identify the make of the vehicle.
Our roads lay to rest more 16 to 25-year-olds than any other causes of death in Australia. This is a horrible statistic, and it's not talked about as much as it should be. Yes, someone might come in and talk to us at school once a year about something similar, but it's never that exact statistic. It feels like we, as a country, are ashamed of this. Young drivers aged 16 to 25 represent a quarter of the Australian road toll. The biggest killer out of that whole group of us is speeding. We should be ashamed, but we should share this sort of information. These sorts of statistics should be spread everywhere, to every high school student, every parent of a high school student or a teenager, and plastered on news, any type of media really. The best way to discourage people is through showing confronting images, scary facts, that sort of stuff will get people to do the right thing. Why aren't we redressing this issue? When I researched this topic on the 29th of May, during the time period, 5 days from the 24th to the 29th, there are at least 10 reported deaths of 16 to 25-year-olds on Australia's roads. Now, one of those cases was plastered, as it should be, on news, but the other 6 deaths were nowhere to be seen except 7 News online, and it's about this much text. Yes, people want feel-good news plastered, blasted from their TV speakers, spread across their phone. We all want to see the good things, but sometimes we need to wake up and see what is right in front of us. So what can we do as 16 to 25-year-olds? What can we do? Well, the answer is obvious really, but how many of us are actually going to do our part? Are we going to slow down? Are we going to wear seatbelts? Are we? Now, Zay Cooper is a really close friend of mine, and he agreed to the interview that is going to follow.
Good evening. My name is Zaid Cooper. I am 18 years of age. I was involved in a serious accident on New South Wales roads in Bega. I owned a Nissan Patrol GQ fucking rig and a sort of Toyota 105 series Landy. And I decided I really didn't like Toyotas and that Nissan is way better. So I, kind of hit it and then rode off both cars. It hurt a lot. I don't recommend it. Buy cars with airbags, unlike me. My cars don't have airbags. Invest in them, they're good. I broke my face and my foot, and my sinuses don't work anymore, and my eyes don't open the same amount. But we're all good. But yes, to help stop young people dying on our roads, the speed limit for green peas unlimited and red peas unlimited, and then maybe 100 for red peas, and then the speed limit for L platers 100, because they're with a supervised driver at all times.
He may not seem very serious in this interview. He has a particular way of dealing with traumatic events. And you can see from the photos that were up on the screen that he was very nearly a part of the statistics we've been mentioning. But why wasn't he? It was honestly sheer luck. He was young, he had no airbags, he wasn't insured, he just bought the car. He woke up in the hospital after the accident with no recollection of where he was, didn't know what happened, and was in excruciating pain and he was so confused, he didn't know what was going on. And, you know, he was unaware of what had just happened. This is scary to people because on that day, his mother nearly lost a son, his sister nearly lost her big brother, I nearly lost a very good friend of mine. Now, everyone in this room who will listen to this has had experience of either being in one, being connected to one, knowing someone, losing someone from a traumatic road accident. It's statistically a thing. Everyone knows someone has somehow connected to something horrible. So, what I ask you is, why aren't we doing our part? Why aren't we sharing this? We need to share this information. We need to get more programs. But most importantly, we all, in the 16 to 25-year-olds, we need to do our part. We need to do the right thing on the roads. Stop us dying. Why aren't we doing our part?